Welcome to the BHI Energy Training Center. This is a 15,000 square foot facility located in Piedmont, South Carolina, just outside of Greenville, South Carolina. As you enter the building, there is a reception area that leads into office space for the training manager and other training department staff. There is a break room and restroom for the students, instructors, and other members of the training department staff. The training center consists of classrooms, labs, open shop space, and has ample storage space. Let's begin in the shop area. We have all the personal protective equipment that is needed for the training we conduct. One of the safety rules we adhere to at BHI Training Center is that if you are within 6 feet of someone who is working on an item, then you have the same requirements for personal protective equipment as they do. In the shop area, we have a turbine that we have used for our turbine group to perform alignment and precision measuring training. We also have examples of Excel scaffolding, of which BHI Energy is the sole provider to the nuclear industry. Excel scaffolding can also be engineered to be a permanent structure. BHI has engineers on staff to make this happen. As you walk around the shop area, you see that we have a foreign material exclusion cabinet. Foreign material exclusion work practices are included in all of our technical training. We have ample pump and turbine training mock-up materials to perform training for our technicians. We have safety relief valve test stand that we use for training. Our valve group provides training for general valves, safety and relief valves, main steam isolation valves, and all types of air operated and motor operated valves. We have a motor control center in the shop area. It has 480, 230 volts capabilities. As you can see, we have a motor operated valve attached, and we can term and determ that MOV. We have our own lockout tagout program at the training center that we use, and we introduce all of our electrical students to our lockout tagout program. As you can see, we have ample space for all of our technicians to have hands-on labs and to perform task performance evaluations. The training center is configured with portable mock-ups so we can adapt the space for the particular type of training activity requested. This will conclude our visual tour of BHI Training Center's shop. Let's now move into the Lab 1. In Lab 1, which is named the Dynamic Learning Activity Lab, we have a mock-up of an industrial plant. It can be a fossil or hydro station or a nuclear station because we have the capability to set it up as a radiation contamination area. We use this lab not only for technical training to monitor safety and human performance behaviors, but also for our supervisor training program. We bring our supervisors in to do observations on our technicians. In Lab 1, in the static energy loop, we have transmitters that instrumentation and control technicians can calibrate. We have a motor that can be manipulated so that technicians can term and determ the motor. We also have valves in the loop in which we can train technicians to perform maintenance. There is an air operated valve and other manual valves that the students can practice their skills on. We have different procedure scenarios that accompany this loop mock-up depending on what type of class we're conducting at the time. We have a valve rig that we use for the technicians to perform valve lineups. We use this training mock-up for our orientation class. Thus, at the conclusion of the training, we will ask the students to perform a valve lineup with another classmate. It is not unusual that this training scenario may be the first opportunity students have to work through a procedure, let alone a nuclear procedure. We have several procedures we can use with the valve lineup. Some of the procedures have errors. We also have a danger tag on one of the valves, and some of the procedures say to manipulate that valve. This allows the instructor to observe how the students react in an erroneous or emergency situation. We also have used this for our supervisor training so that they may be refamiliarized with procedures. We also can have our supervisors perform observations on technicians while they're performing the valve lineup. As we leave Lab 1, we will enter into Lab 2. In Lab 2 is our air operated valve and I&C lab. This is where we do the majority of our I&C and air operated valve labs and task performance evaluations. As you can see, we have ample power and air in the lab. We have a large monitor so that we do valve traces. We can show it so all the students can read the traces together as we teach. We have ample space to conduct labs for air operated valve, I&C, and electrical curriculum. A number of our training mock-ups may be noted as we also have access to a valve shop and an electrical shop in the area. This partnership allows us to borrow items at no cost to us that we need to do training. This provides us much needed flexibility as we create, stage, and manage training mock-ups and materials for our students. This is our INC mock-up. This is a loop that we received from LabVote. With this loop, we can have INC training on pressure, level, temperature, and flow parameters. As part of the training for our Journeyman INC class, we have each student create an operating loop from scratch using the instrumentation available, encompassing all the parameters. We can also place faults in the INC loop trainer, then have students investigate the malfunctions. This training model works well for us. The training center has 2 classrooms that can comfortably accommodate approximately 25 students each. The center partition is removable, which allows the 2 classrooms to be converted into 1 large classroom. This classroom space is often used to conduct the knowledge portion of our training. During a typical class, we introduce the students to the curriculum and teach them the fundamentals that help to build their expertise. We also use this area for in-house and corporate meetings. Both classrooms are equipped with computer and projector. This area is designed so that more than 1 class may be easily conducted at a time. We can also turn the classrooms into computer-based training areas. We have access to power and internet through the floor connections, and we have the capability to use up to 40 computers when we need to do computer-based training or NANTEL training. To better control climate and efficiency suitable to the comfort of our students and guests, this area operates on a separate HVAC system from the shop area. We move out of the classrooms and into the foyer area for our students. We want the students to be as comfortable as possible while training with us. This concludes our tour of the BHI Energy Training Center. We hope that you enjoyed this visit into our world, where technical training that consists of valve, turbine, INC, and electrical and radiological training, our Leadership Academy training, which consists of our first and second line supervisor training program, orientation training, and safety training are what we do best. We have a world-class training center supported all of our clients with their training need. BHI Energy has our own program with over 200 tasks, yet flexible enough to create and develop tasks and programs customized to our client needs. If you have any questions, please contact Mike Dunn, BHI Training Manager, or Zach Taylor, Vice President of the Center of Excellence.